It's Nolan. What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Now, welcome to another episode of the Pen Game Elite Podcast. If you've been living under a rock and you didn't know anything about it, it was just announced that Andre 3000 is going to finally be releasing a solo record. Unfortunately, it is not going to be a rap record. There will be no bars. As a matter of fact, there will be no lyrics whatsoever. It's going to be an instrumental, jazz, experimental project. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and put that out there now. If that's all you wanted to hear from this video, you got it. You can leave. But for anybody else that wants to get into the psyche and the mindset of Andre 3000, stick around because we're actually going to go over his interview with NPR Music, go into why he chose to take this route, why he's still not rapping. There's been other interviews that have come out that have talked about how he does not want to be seen as the old man at the party. He's got some deep insecurity issues, some deep issues that he's got to work through. He goes to therapy. He does all of these things. I hope he comes out of that perspective. But again, we're going to go over everything in just a few. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and we're going to go right into the interview. Again, this is for people that really care, people that love music. If this is not your bag, that's perfectly fine. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all know up front. I'm a little disappointed. I'm very disappointed as an Atlanta artist, as somebody who grew up listening to Outkast. Elevators was probably one of the first hip hop songs that I really knew backwards and front. It was a very big staple in my life. I've been following the Outkast anthology ever since I was a little kid. Big Boy has been carrying the mantle for a long time. I don't know what it is with Andre, you know what I'm saying? He gets on people's songs, he takes over, he raps 60 bars and then goes back into seclusion. You know, I guess we just gotta take him in the dosage that he's willing to go for. You know what I mean? But let's get to the interview. All right, so with NPR Music, they have the exclusive. Andre 3000 opens up about New Blue Sun, his daring new solo album. Okay? There's obviously been a lot of pressure from fans for you to release a new album for years now. I'm sure you felt it, but from what I've heard you say in past interviews, it seems like maybe the greatest pressure you felt was the pressure you were putting on yourself at times. Here's Andre. He says, yeah, for sure. It's always been that way, even in our height of what people know of what I've done before. I was always like a slow writer. I'm not a freestyler. I don't be freestyling. I just wasn't blessed with that. I'm a writer and not necessarily a pen and pad writer, but I construct and architect verses in a way. That's what I've been doing all my life. So I look at it in that way. And if I'm not satisfied with what it is, I just don't put it out. Even during the earlier times, Big Boy, he just kind of got down. Like he's so fast and efficient with what he does. And it'll take me a minute to throw them down. So I've always kind of been analyzing it or figuring out how I wanted to approach it. So in these times, it just comes harder for me to do it. And I don't know why. I mean, I try it all the time. It's not like I don't try it, or it's not like I have a lot of these songs just sitting. I have songs, but it's not like rap things that I really feel happy about sharing. And really, that's the most important part. I have to feel happy about sharing it. That's why New Blue Sun was something that I realized, whoa, I really want people to hear it. I really want to share it. That's my only gauge. I have to like it as a person, as an artist myself, because if I don't like it, I can't expect nobody else to like it. I can't pretend in that way. That's always been hard for me. Once we started recording New Blue Sun, I think like 3 songs in, I was like, oh, we got something. I remember I had maybe 4 songs and it was just kind of testing it out because I wanted to see how a younger audience would perceive it. I live in Cali now, so I reached out to Tyler for him to check it out and I went to his house. Tyler, the creator. We're sitting there and Frank Ocean just happened to drop by. So it's us 3 sitting there listening to these 3 songs. And I just kind of wanted to get an opinion. And it was just good for me to hear with somebody else because sometimes you can be in your own thing and think it's a certain thing and you just want to have some outside. Not that it really matters, but once you believe in it enough, I mean, I take criticism all the time, but it's not like, hey, do you like it or not? It's how can we help it? So at that point, I felt like we had something because we had a nice day just enjoying it in a way. And I started just playing it for friends and playing it for artists and playing it for people I respect or people who I felt would get it. Rodney Carmichael asks, and what kind of feedback did they give you? He says, oh, Tyler was staring at this thing he has in his house. Like he's a fan of travel suitcases, and so he has a wall of like travel suitcases. And he was like, man, I've been trying to figure out how to configure these like Louis suitcases. And he was listening to one of the songs and he was like, it sounds like you're chasing a butterfly through a garden, and I figured it out. It helped me to figure out how to do this. And I think Frank pointed out one of his favorite tracks out of the 3. And I was just happy to hear that because I respect them as musicians, like new energy. They're going for it, man. So I really respect their opinions. I play it for my homies. I play it for friends, play it for artists, directors, just to see their reaction more than anything. So I was just happy with what I was getting. I'm not going to go through the entire interview, you know what I'm saying? If you want to check that out, you can go to NPR Music, just Google it, you know what I mean? But I wanted you guys to get the base of how he's feeling, where his influence and inspiration is coming from. And I really hate that he's in this mode. I'm gonna be honest, selfishly, I must say this. I hate that he's in this zone. I don't mind him putting out an instrumental album. I don't mind him doing an experimental jazz album and having jazz musicians on there that have gotten a lot of accolades and stuff like that. But I'm gonna be honest, if this is the last that we hear from Andre 3000, if this is the final input or output that he gives us, and he never does another rap album, I'm going to be highly disappointed as a fan, as a lover of music, as somebody who's patterned some of my rhyme patterns off of what he's done in music, off of the lineage of the Dungeon Family, Organized Noise, and their entire unit. It breaks my heart that he does not want to put out his hard work. You've worked so hard, tirelessly, to become a master at your craft, and you don't feel confident enough to actually display the craft that you put 30 years in. You come from hip hop. I'm not going to be mad at the beats. If they hard enough, I'll probably rap on a couple of them hoes. You feel me? Just to be honest. When I look at an Andre 3000, but then I look at a Jay-Z, there's a clear difference there. Jay-Z hasn't put out an album in about, 7 years? It's been some time. Sounds like he might have something ready, but he takes his time. He gets features off, you know what I mean? But he doesn't voice this insecurity, this weird idea of how are the young people gonna accept my music or accept my ideas. Who gives a fuck what these young whippersnappers is talking about? You are a pioneer. You are a legend. You was one of the young folks. You no longer have to be that. You're an elder statesman, and what you say at this point, and you get on that mic and you display your talent, your gift, you display that you're still better than these young motherfuckers. They're going to respect you because you're Andre 3000. But when you come out here on some, I don't know if I tied my shoes right according to how they tying their shoes these days. Am I wearing my hat in the right direction? Should I wear this chain? And I don't want them to think I'm being too flashy. It's like, bro, slow down. Be you. Be cool. You know what I'm saying? You ain't had no problem with how you was being perceived with this flute every time you popped up on the street. You know what I'm saying? I think he's playing the flute all throughout the album. Actual multitude of flutes, if I'm not mistaken. To me, that's what's more concerning about the youth. Are they going to understand the flute? Do they understand jazz? Right? Frank Ocean, Tyler the Creator, yes, they're the very artsy, eclectic people. You know, that's kind of an audience that's taken from what you've done, built upon that root. But I don't necessarily know if those are the people that are checking for Andre 3000. There's a sector of them. They enjoy it when you pop up on a Tyler the Creator song or something like that. But that's not your base. When A Tribe Called Quest came out with their album years ago, those Tribe fans showed up and showed out. Nas is reaching the pinnacle of his career after 45 years old. Got his first Grammy nomination, finally getting respect from the so-called elites at the later parts of his career. I don't see how that would be any different from you if you just deliver. Get past whatever those mental blockages and barriers are and just let it out. Be shameless about it. You know what I'm saying? If it's imperfect, Idlewild was imperfect. The Love Below was imperfect. It wasn't a lot of rapping on there either, but at least we had some. There was some singing. You were letting people hear your idiosyncrasies, right? You might not be the fastest writer. You said that in an interview. We don't care. You could give us an EP of 4 rap songs, right? They don't even got to be full songs. A lot of times you just be going off the cuff and rapping for 60 bars. A lot of people would be cool with that. But at the end of the day, us pontificating about it, talking about it, trying to instill confidence in him, trying to give him that road, that pathway to get in there, we can't force him to do anything. You know, I'm going to listen to it when it drops. I'm sure you'll be listening to it when it drops. So he at least still has the ear. He still has the pulse of the people. I hope one day he comes to really realize that he does see exactly who he is when he looks in the mirror, understand the power that he has, the power that he wields with his sword, the power that he wields with his voice and his words. But until then, I guess that's what we have to live with. New Blue Sun. Let me know what y'all think of this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the post notification bell for all updates. I will see y'all on the next one, all right? Much love and respect, man. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rags. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mile. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda, we hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer, we come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.